Ambassador Marcus Chen stood at the viewport of the diplomatic vessel, watching the Zephyrian homeworld grow larger against the cosmic backdrop. 6 months had passed since the treaty signing, 6 months since Emperor Vraltok had mockingly offered his daughter Lisa as a diplomatic liaison to humanity's newest colony world. The Emperor had laughed when making the announcement, his crystalline features glinting with malicious amusement. In Zephyrian culture, where their species evolved as graceful, willowy beings who could barely maintain their own body weight, Lisa was considered an aberration. She was broader, heavier, with curves that other Zephyrians found grotesque. The Emperor had essentially exiled his own daughter, wrapping the cruelty in diplomatic protocol. Marcus had accepted immediately, much to Vraltok's surprise. Now as his shuttle descended toward the Imperial Palace, Marcus felt his heart quicken. He hadn't stopped thinking about Lisa since their first meeting during the treaty negotiations. While other diplomats had focused on her father's posturing, Marcus had noticed her, truly noticed her. The way she held herself with quiet dignity despite the whispered insults, the intelligence burning in her violet eyes, the gentle strength in every movement. The landing pad gleamed like liquid mercury in the triple sunlight. Marcus straightened his formal diplomatic jacket and descended the ramp. A small contingent waited for him. And there, standing apart from the others, was Lisa. She wore traditional Zephyrian robes that seemed to flow like water, but unlike the other females of her species who appeared almost skeletal in their garments, Lisa filled hers beautifully. Her skin held a deeper azure hue than her relatives, and her form, by human standards, was absolutely captivating. "Ambassador Chen," she said formally, bowing her head. Her voice carried that melodic quality unique to Zephyrians, but with a warmth the others lacked. "I am prepared to fulfill my father's agreement." Marcus stepped forward, offering his hand in the human custom he'd taught her months ago. "Please call me Marcus, and I should clarify something important." Lisa's eyes widened slightly as she placed her hand in his. Even through their different biologies, he felt the slight tremor in her fingers. "You're not here to fulfill an obligation," Marcus continued. "You're here because I specifically requested you. Not as some diplomatic pawn, but because I want to get to know you better, if you'll allow it." For a moment, Lisa stood frozen, her bioluminescent markings flickering with emotion, surprise, confusion, hope. "I don't understand. My father sent me as mockery. I am considered undesirable among my people." Marcus smiled, the expression genuine and warm. "Then your people are fools. On my world, Lisa, you would be considered beautiful. Not just physically, though you absolutely are. But the grace with which you carry yourself despite their cruelty, the intelligence I've seen in your eyes, the kindness you showed that young servant when you thought no one was watching, that's what drew me to you." Lisa's markings brightened. Pulsing with colors Marcus had learned indicated deep emotion. You truly mean this? Every word. I've spent 6 months thinking about this moment, hoping you might give me a chance to prove it." The other Zephyrians in the welcoming party shifted uncomfortably, clearly confused by this human's words. One of them, a tall advisor Marcus recognized from the Emperor's court, stepped forward with barely concealed disdain. "Ambassador, surely you jest. Princess Lisa is—" "Perfect," Marcus interrupted, his tone brooking no argument. "And I'd appreciate if you'd remember that she's royalty, regardless of your personal prejudices." The advisor sputtered, but Lisa laughed, a sound like crystal bells that made Marcus's chest tighten. It was the first time he'd heard her laugh, and he wanted to hear it again and again. "Perhaps," Lisa said, her voice stronger now, "we should proceed to the human colony. I'm eager to begin my work there." As they walked toward Marcus's shuttle, Lisa leaned closer. "Did you really request me specifically?" "I submitted the paperwork within 3 hours of that meeting," Marcus admitted. "Your father probably thought I was desperate or politically inept. Let him think what he wants. He'll be furious when he learns you're treating this as genuine courtship rather than accepting his insult." "Good." Marcus grinned. "I've been studying Zephyrian customs. I understand that in your culture, the sharing of bioluminescent patterns is considered intimate. Would you be willing to teach me to read yours?" Lisa stopped walking, turning to face him fully. Her markings blazed with brilliant golds and warm crimsons, colors Marcus didn't need a translation guide to understand. They spoke of joy, of wonder, of possibility. "I would be honored," she said softly. Though I must warn you, Ambassador, Marcus, I've never been courted before. I may not know the proper responses. Then we'll figure it out together, Marcus replied. Human courtship is pretty straightforward anyway. We spend time together, learn about each other, see if we make each other happy. No pressure, no obligations, just possibility. As they boarded the shuttle together, the other Zephyrians watched in stunned silence. Lisa settled into the seat beside Marcus, her presence solid and warm and real. Tell me about the colony, she said as the shuttle lifted off. Tell me about the humans I'll meet. Tell me everything. Marcus began describing New Terra, the settlement humanity had built with Zephyrian cooperation, where both species worked side by side. He talked about the gardens where human and alien plants grew together, about the cultural exchange programs, about the future they were building. But mostly, he watched Lisa's face light up with interest, watched her lean forward with excitement, watched her markings dance with colors he was beginning to understand. Her father had sent her as a joke, as an insult to both humanity and his daughter. Instead, he'd given Marcus exactly what he'd been searching for, someone brilliant, kind, strong, and beautiful, who saw the universe with wonder rather than cynicism. As New Terra came into view below them, Marcus made a silent promise. He would spend however long it took proving to Lisa that she was valued, desired, and cherished, not despite who she was, but because of it. The joke, it seemed, was on Emperor Vraltok after all.